much light there is. If I pointed the camera outside, you would not believe how dark it is, really. Oh, yeah. It had good moments. It was so fucking positive, and then it just went, you know, so positive. I think maybe what the difference is the difference between me and other people is that, like, I don't mind being on my own, you know, I don't mind, and they're like more, I don't know. And it's about intensity as well, you know, like how it says, like, I'm low key and they're high key, you know. More high key, sort of be around people all the time kind of people, I guess, you know, maybe I'm right. I mean, who knows, you know. And like, the more a person is around other people, the more they're going to learn, you know. So I kind of feel like she knew, she was open about knowing something that I didn't know, and like, that was a real shock to me. That was all it was. She knew something that I didn't know. That's it, you know. I mean, she says it in a really polite way, you know. I say, oh, that's really open, you know, but it was so disturbing, you know. I don't know if that's the right word. It was so intense, you know. It was so intense, um, so intense, and it keeps on happening. Keeps on happening, you know. 5 o'clock. I've got an hour till I can speak to my mum. I mean, when I got back after being stoned, I was like a mess. To be honest, I don't know, I try not to call myself a mess. I really wanted to speak to her really, really badly, right? And the urgency is not there anymore, you know, it's not there. Yeah, it's not there. I mean, weed, weed. I guess everybody knows how it makes you feel, you know. I guess everybody knows that, or at least, you know, a lot of people, you know. And they smoke it, and they just don't care, you know. They smoke it and they don't care. Um, yeah, which is hugely positive, hugely, because if what I went through is such a small thing that people do it to themselves, you know, knowing that sometimes that's going to happen, you know, regularly that is going to happen, um, then that kind of makes light of what I felt, and it kind of makes me feel that I could manifest, you know, smoking weed and it being really good for me, you know. I mean, I'd say maybe now is not the right time, but now is definitely not the right time because of how it is affecting me this month, you know. Maybe when I've dealt with my personal issues, you know, my fears especially, you know, maybe when I've dealt with that, I'll be able to smoke it and be alright on it, you know. Yeah, maybe in the future, you know. So, my reality again is, um, it, it's funny because at the same time as I was high, yeah, I noticed how I was imagining things, you know. Oh my God, was I imagining things? The stuff I was hearing, holy shit, you know? Oh my God, holy shit. Part of the trip, I suppose, part of the trip, you know. Um, part of the trip. Mm. Again, very intense, you know, very intense. Maybe I'm just not used to it because my emotions are really strong now and they didn't used to be, you know. And I think that's really positive because, um, well, I don't know. You, you know how they say about psychopaths, yeah. I'm not judging a psychopath. I think that's the main thing that I want to say. It's just I feel that the more emotions I have, the better, and the more healthier I am, you know, to be honest. I think that's fair, you know. Um, I think that's fair because I have to explain that to say, just to, I mean, I'm just expressing myself, I'm just saying how I feel like, not positivity, emotions are really, really healthy, you know. I've also noticed that the more emotions I have, the better I am at, yeah, you got to take my estrogen. I've actually got some estrogen. I've actually got some. Yeah, the more emotions I have, the more I am able to like say no to people as well. It's if you take this year going along like that, you've got the months January, February, March, April, May, and whatnot. Yeah, if you take the year, you know, the more the time of year, this is the last year. Yeah, so January last year. Um, the emotions have come at the same time as me, like being able to say no to people, you know. And is that a coincidence? Is that because emotions are healthy and now I'm healthy I can do that, you know? I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you. Goodbye.